Hello,
Hola.
you're so cold.
Yeah, I'm cold. I'm getting old. I can't help it. So, what do you think of Pele? Pele died, huh?
Yeah, terrible.
You saw him play,
Yeah, many times.
and he was so good.
Yeah, even though he never played in Uruguay very well.
Oh,
He, he was scared because he didn't like rough,
uh-huh.
and the Uruguayans knew that and used to give him,
Oh, he's still okay.
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
he was a genius. So is the guy Messi. I mean, if you
Oh,
watch,
Messi. Yeah.
if you watch
Messi's not so young. How old is Messi?
35,
Oh, he's 35. Wow. But he still got the World Cup.
that's the only thing he didn't have.
Yeah. Yeah, he's excellent.
Yeah.
But how about this guy, this Portuguese guy? He's also supposed to be good, but he got in a fight with
It's
somebody.
finished.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened there?
They actually threw him out of Manchester United, but he got he has an offer from Saudi Arabia,
Yeah, for like crazy amount, right?
$207 million a year. That's the rumor.
Oh, so maybe it's only 206.
Yeah. He's good, but he thinks
Almost as much as Russell Wilson got.
he's very good. But there's two things against him.
What's that?
He thinks his shit doesn't smell.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm recording this.
Okay.
And secondly, he's a big anti-Semite.
Hi, Ernie. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
How was it?
Very nice.
Good. Did you go to the Arabais?
No.
No.
The bar mitzvah was literally all day, almost.
Okay.
The hotel and the lunch was like very. Yeah, but I'm going to be here for a week, so I have time. Okay, we're new Perek, the ninth Perek Chi, Rabbi Eliezer. Samech Dalid, Amud Aleph, 64. Rabbi Eliezer Oimer. Poiskin la'adam b'chvod aviv imo. There is a concept that when you make a neder, you go to a chacham, to a Talmud chacham, to undo the neder, to nullify the neder. But you have to open up by making the person realize that retroactively, if he would have known such and such and such, he would never made the neder in the first place. And Rabbi Ezra says, you can use a simple Pesach regarding the honor of your father and mother. That means if you would have known that by making a neder, you'd be embarrassing your parents based on the fact that you took a neder, would you have made a neder? So it's a very simple Pesach. But only Rabbi Ezra says you're allowed to use that. Chachamim will have to give a reason why they don't allow that.
Ernie, are you
Yes.
in a different room today? Because the sound is coming and
Yes.
going. The sound is not too good.
But now,
Hello.
Hi, Walter.
I can,
I can
Mazel tov,
hear
Ernie.
you.
How was the bar mitzvah yesterday?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Good. Okay.
That's why maybe it's a little different.
Huh?
I'm in a different network, Mario.
oh. But now I can hear it a bit better. I don't know.
Okay. Amrav Tzaddik, Means what are you worried about the respect of your parents? If Hashem would have known, if you would have known that you would have been embarrassed. Hello? Hello? If Hashem would have known that you would have been embarrassing Hashem, would you have made the neder? So you don't have to. In Cain, ein nedorim. So moedim chacham Eliezer b'davar shebeino lebein aviv imo sheposkim l'chod aviv imo. If the neder itself has to do with the parents, then of course you can use the parents as a pesach to undo the neder. V'odam Rabbi Eliezer poskim b'noilad. Noilad is something that didn't exist when you made the neder, but it's going to occur later on. The Gemara will give us examples. The Chachamim say you can't use noilad. Ketzah, Amar, koinim shani nana leish ploini. I'm not going to have enough from such and such person. The nas is soifer. Now he's a soifer, and you need him to write you a pair of tefillin. Oshayamasi is no. Or that eventually you're going to marry off your daughter to his son. And you're making a suda for everybody. You have to invite him too. That he would become a sofer, or I would marry my daughter off to his son. So that's noilad. Something that is going to occur that you had no idea when you first made the neder. And again, the Chacham don't permit, because you ain't poiskin b'noilad. There's a certain building in town, and you've made a neder that I'm never going to walk into that building. And then that building becomes the city's shul. It seems to be another example of noilad. That is a machlokas between Rabbi Eliezer and the Chachamim, whether you can use noilad as a Pesach. So the Gemara said, "Ein noid in Cain, ein noidrim." What did Rabbi Tzadok add? Who said to Rabbi Eliezer also? Rabbi Eliezer said, "Poiskin lechvod aviv." Chachamim said no, and Rabbi Tzadok said, because before you talk about your parents' covet, you talk about HaKadosh Baruch Hu's covet. Don't make a neder. What does that mean? Amar Abaye in Cain, ein nedorim nitorin yafa. What it means is using that approach would not cause the neder to be annulled properly. And Rabbi Eliezer would agree, what the Ran says, to the Chacham that you wouldn't be poisech b'kavod malkam, because he never would have made the net in the first place if he was worried about kavod malkam. But by kavod aviv imo, they have a machlokes that you make no difference between kavod malkam and kavod parents. A person's not going to be meiz panav. Rabbi Eliezer says by kavod malkam he's not going to be meiz panav, but by aviv imo meiz. So that's one pshat. Rava Emar in Cain ein nedor nishom l'chacham. If it was that simple that it's based on kavod makom, people will not go to a chacham to be matir neder. They'll do it themselves. They won't go to a chacham, and you're not allowed to be matir your own neder with that approach. So then the neder will not be a no. If somehow the neder had to do mamish with his parents, then he could use the covenant of parents Pesach as a way to annul the neder. So based on Abaye and Rav Bishmal Abaye about Meir Panov, the Amar in Kedah and John Netor Macha, even the Ichtzeflei, he was machutzpedik, he made a neder using his parents, Ichtzeflei. So he's not doishes for the covenant. And therefore, it's not enough of a reason to be matter the neder. El Rava, that says a person will do it himself. What would be the Pesach here? Amri, even the Kol Nidre Lo Sagi Lo Honda Lav Chacham. Since it's not going to work because a Chacham says you can't be Pesach because of Avivi Imo. Achanami Pesachim. When the Chiddush was, when it comes to making a neder that included your parents, the Chachamim agree that you're allowed to be Pesach, that kind of Pesach. We're not choishesh that will come to be matter his own neder. Because it's not a general heter, it's a general just for the parents. Then the Mishnah described the machlok as whether or not you could use the concept of noilid or not, something that didn't exist in the world. And Rabbi Eliezer says you can. My time, Rabbi Eliezer, Amrav Chizda, the Amrav Kram. Moshe Rabbeinu is told you can go back to Egypt now because the people who told Paro that you had killed the Mitzri, they died. So you don't have to worry anymore. He made a net there that he's not going to go back to Mitzrayim. So he's told, yeah, but if you knew that the guys would have died, you wouldn't have made the net there. So Rabbi Eliezer seems to see a source in the sugi with Moshe Rabbeinu there that you could be Pesach b'noilad if you would have known. Rabbanan Maitamayu, how come the Chacham don't agree? Ksavri, Hanu mi maisim. Who the mavakshim of his nefesh who died? V'amar Rav Yochanan Mishra Rav Shimon Yochai Kol Makom Shenamar Nitzim v'Nitzavim Shnei Anashim Nitzim or Nitzavim there in the parsha, the two parshas by Dosan Vavira says Shnei Anashim Avadim Nitzim. And it says Vaygus Moshe v'Aaron Nitzavim Likrasam. So Rav Shimon Levi. Rav Shimon Yochai taught it always refers to Dosan Vaviram, and we know Dosan Vaviram didn't die in Mitzrayim, obviously because they went out with the rest of Klal Yisrael, so that the Torah could report that eventually Dosan Vaviram stood up against Moshe Rabbeinu. So why does it say earlier on that they died? They became poor. And you're considered as if you died if you became poor. If somebody doesn't have children, it's like he died. Rachel said to Yaakov, give me children. If not, it's as if I died. Poor people are considered as if they died. Ani, a poor person. Mitzora, somebody who had tzara, suma, blind person. Mishnei Labani. Where's the right ani? When it describes Dosan Vaviram, it says they died. Well, they didn't die; they became poor. Mitzora l'chsiv al nati kameis. When Moshe Rabbeinu puts his arm into his shirt pocket and it becomes tzaras. Excuse me, this has to do with Miriam, that after Miriam talks about his wife and she becomes a tzaras, it says, she's like a mace now. Suma t'chsiv, v'machashakim o shivani k'meisei olam. In Eicha, it says those that are schwarz for the oigen, it's black in front of their eyes, it's as if they're masim. U'mishen labanim t'chsiv hava libanim v'mayin meisa noichi, which is the partial we talked about. Okay.
Let me ask you, how do we know that Moshe made the neder? Just because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him you can go back now, that doesn't make that it made that we does it say it specifically that he made a neder, he wasn't going to go back? Well, just because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him to go back, that's mean because he made a neder.
From this Gemara, it's very apparent that Chazal are learning that he had made a net there, that he's not going to go back because he was afraid for his life. He doesn't say Beferish take a pasuk.
So maybe, maybe the Kodesh Baruch Hu, I don't know where the Gemara knows it
Because
from.
it says, Vayoyel Moshe Lashem Ish.